Let's play families.
Chrissy, I'm sorry.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger, and we are going to play Families, episode 9. And in the last episode we see Jeffrey get kicked out from the house after his unfortunate confession, and he's been away for a couple of weeks. But today is a special day. We have Ruby, who's going to age up at some point. We're having her birthday today, but Chrissy has been having a really difficult time. She's been crying in the shower, crying while cooking, crying in her sleep, hearing Jeffrey's voice as we did a little while ago. I mean, he has been and is the love of her life, and it's been so difficult not having him at home for the last 2 weeks. However, today, her son is also coming home because of the birthday party. Grandpa James will be bringing him over and will be leaving him with his mum. So it's going to be a full house. And the question is, will Jeffrey be here for the birthday of his daughter? I think he should be, because that's a really important time. Come on, he's not been away for that long. It's just been 2 weeks. But still, it's important that he doesn't miss this day, and we'll see how that goes. Well, now she's aged up. She's a little cutie, and she's still a baby, okay? I know some of you said you didn't want her to age up in this episode. You just wanted the baby, at least for one more episode. So half and half. We've had her as a baby, and now we've seen her grow just a little bit more flesh, a little bit more hair. And I think that's fair, so that she can be a little bit independent and interact a bit more with the rest of the family. So let's get them to have a little cuddle, and you'll see I've been playing around with them for a little bit, and it's been quite a bit of fun to have her running around, playing with more toys dotted around, and I think we're going to have a lovely birthday party, and we're going to get that set up really quickly. So I'm going to get her to play with her teddy bear, and Mum is going to have to go down and get cleaned up because she has a few things to do so that the party can get underway. So first things first, we've just completed the stockings event, and she's wearing this pair. It's beautiful. The weather is a little bit chilly, so their outfits are going to be warm, and still she's stylish because wearing the shorts allows for her to wear the stockings, so she's a bit warm, I would say, and stylish. I repeat. But here's the suave photographer that she's been chatting with. She has basically told him exactly what she wants. Pictures of her baby, pictures of the friends and the family that's going to be coming around, to capture basically all the lovely moments that are going to take place today, so that they don't forget in the future. Now, the back has already been set up, and the friends and family are trickling in one after the other. Grandma is already here playing around with little Ruby. Grandpa is here having a little chit chat with Chrissy, and it's a bit awkward, right? Because Jeffrey isn't here, and she's feeling a little bit embarrassed, a bit uncomfortable, because she doesn't even know that Grandpa James is aware of Jeffrey's misbehavior. But she's managing to hold up a simple conversation about how fast Ruby is growing. The little chit chats that you would have when you're just feeling really uncomfortable. But Grandpa James is amazing and makes her feel really comfortable, and just carries on as though he has no idea what's going on. This is the table that I've set out, which is from the kids party event. It's beautiful. We've gone for the soft pink option, obviously, because it's for the little girl. And she has a lot to do being here by herself. She's got to quickly make a call directing guests to the house. because she's here alone and she's having to do everything. So when she gets a call, she's got to take it. She's got to say, oh, we're just down the street, first house on the left, and you'll see us as the big house. You know. Now Jeffrey has arrived. Of course, it's his daughter's birthday. He's had a lot to think about, and he's just made his way down here, but he's gone upstairs. And Grandpa Jeffrey has just told her that they'll be on their way. They've brought all the presents that they need, but they've left and they've missed their son. She's now having to do a little bit of laundry because the daughter spilled some food on herself, and she's obviously going to now be in a new outfit, as you can see here. And Daddy has come out and just joined in with the flow of things and, you know, mixing with the guests, which is quite easy, isn't it? When there's a crowded situation, it's easy to hide that you're not in good terms with another person, and you talk to the other person and you avoid eye contact and so on. And while this is happening, the photographer is taking all the pictures that need to be taken, but you will see through it all that Jeffrey and Chrissy are never in one photo together, which is quite telling. But yes, the photographer is doing his job, the kids are having a fun time. It's just blissful, isn't it, as you would expect.
Brenda Zip!
I was quite pleased to see that these kids could actually sit down at this table, but there's nothing in their plates, unfortunately. So let's assume they've just finished eating and are sitting down nicely. Oh dear.
Chrissy, darling, please talk to me. We can't avoid each other all day. Please. I'm particularly worried about Dennis. What would he think?
Obviously, Chrissy is trying to avoid a confrontation. She's still quite upset and just wouldn't speak to him. Now you can click on the cake and have a piece. I was excited to see this. Look at that. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You pick up a slice, you stand there and you chew away. But the birthday girl in question cannot actually have a piece of that cake because she's too small. That age category don't get to engage in that action. So they'll eat the cake for her. How about that? Well, somehow the photographer managed to get both parents in the same video with the girl. Somehow. Anyway, the party is over. It's getting dark, and Jeffrey has, in true style as the great dad that he is, tidied up, cleared out the entire backyard, and has taken over from the laundry that Chrissy started earlier on in the afternoon during the course of the party. So he's put everything out, he's tidied up, and he's going to head on into the house to settle down the kids. He has no intention of spending the night at all. Yes, he's taken his coat off, but that was just to get cleaning and tidying up. So let's get him to walk over here. Let's move this teddy bear away, because I locked little Dennis away in the corner. Well, I didn't have to, he's watching TV. And now let's just get Daddy to give him a hug, cuddle him, Daddy hasn't actually seen him in a couple of weeks, but Dennis doesn't realize that Daddy hasn't even been in the house. So yeah, let them just have a nice cuddle, and then he's going to send him to bed. Now you're probably wondering, where is Chrissy? As soon as the party was over and she said goodbye to some of the guests, she saw that her husband Jeffrey was just taking over, tidying up, lifting things, putting them away, and she does depend on him that way. It's what he's done for all the years they've been married, so she depends on him. And as soon as he took on that role, as he usually does, she headed upstairs to get cleaned up because she's really exhausted. And you do realize that she had started out this day herself while he came in the middle. Now Dennis is in bed, and Dad has just come up to Dennis's computer to make sure that all the programs that are left running are shut down, as typically Dennis would leave things up and running. He'd leave his gaming television on, he would leave the laptop on, and so on. So he just would tuck himself into bed, and Dad typically is the one who would go on to switch off the lights in the house, shut down the computer, give his son a good night kiss, and so on, making sure the doors are locked. That's what he would do, so he's just naturally doing that. Now we're going to go upstairs to little Ruby's room. She's upstairs. Most of her toys have been opened up because, of course, she wouldn't let it stay closed. And she's already playing with some of them as we speak. So he's going to come up here and try and settle her down. Now, these are some of the things about Jeffrey that his wife loves about him. He's a very supportive husband in this way, and he's just basically the best husband you could think about at home, but for this indiscretion. Now she's done with the dollhouse, and Dad is gonna have a little quick chat with her, just to, you know, speak with her and have a one-on-one moment with her. Again, a couple of weeks away, and he's feeling really guilty, really soft and tender at heart because he hasn't been with her those 2 weeks. So he intends to really spend some time with her right now, settle her down, and read her a story. And he should be on his way out of the house, that is. Right, we're just going to step out and have a look at some of the toys that are still dotted around from the birthday party. There's this one here. We'll play with that in the next episode. It's so cute. And this turkey bean came into the store for a limited time during the Thanksgiving. Let's get Chrissy. So the cot is gone, obviously. And here she is, just really trying to cool off. Let's get her out. One thing I did notice is that you can't really make use of these wardrobes the way you can in normal mode. So you can fall for self there, but it's the same thing with everything else. You can't spin into your shoes, spin into dresses or coats. I was quite disappointed with that, but it's the case. Now let me get her to change. So I'm quite glad I have this here anyway, so she can change into her nightie. But you can't go into browse clothes feature as well. That's something you can't do. So she's going to go in and talk to Jeffrey. You have to imagine that she's basically being nice, and she's going to thank him for his assistance with setting the kids down. And so it's just a pleasant conversation. She's not mad at him. She's going to have to say something, and it's just a little chat about how lovely the birthday was, and oh, did you see her tumble over, that moment where she tried to eat a piece of cake, and blah blah blah, stuff like that. So it was okay. But then she says to him, you can spend the night, but in your office or on the couch or in the living room or something. And she agrees to have a proper conversation with him the following morning, and that's where she leaves it at, and she's gone to bed. So Jeffrey's had a choice. Should he sleep downstairs in the living room? What if Dennis comes out of his room and wants a glass of water in the kitchen and sees him there? So the decision is to sleep in his office, and so there's a sleeping bag out already, and yeah, he's just going to change into his PJs. Let's change into sleepwear, and he'll sleep here because, you know, again, if the baby wakes up, he can assist with her needs. Let's move the sleeping bag back here. Okay, and turn in for 6 hours. Oh, never mind, he's just got out of his PJs into his swimsuit. They should change into their PJs to use the sleeping bags. Right, it's nighttime and someone is awake.
Dear Santa, Ruby really enjoyed her birthday today. She got loads of presents. I would want loads of presents for Christmas too, mainly toys though. But if that's too much to fit in your sleigh, then all I want for Christmas is for my mum and dad to be happy, not upset, and definitely not break up. P.S. I'll try as much as I can to be good before the end of the year. Dennis.
Jeffrey, I'm still mad at you. Everything has happened so fast.
Chrissy, I'm eternally sorry, and I'll do anything to make up for it.
But I don't want to fight anymore. I heard what you said about Dennis, and I worry about what he's going to think.
I don't want to fight either.